was a pretty good story last time. The only remaining son of a murdered ranch family hunting down his killer, who ended up being his own father, making not much of an impact on the world around him, not exploring very far, but nevertheless set into inexorable motion by that initial event, the initial murder. But what if things had gone a little differently? What if he had been too tired and didn't want to work that day, dug his heels in? What if he'd been accidentally wounded by his brother before they set off? What if he had correctly herded all the buffalo, and his brother went out to do some other business? In other words, what if the younger brother was the one that died, and the older the survivor? Let's find out on this episode of Let's Play Westerado. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Westerado. So last time we saw what life was like as a not very involved hero. Let's see what happens if we play as Bro. He is the first unlockable character, and is unlocked on the first successful playthrough of the game, wherein you defeat the murderer. We have to skip the tutorial. You can only play the tutorial as the hero. And we're not going to do Iron Man yet. We might do that in a later one. But Bro's got his own thing going on, which we'll see in a moment. So there we go, we get kind of a rushed version of the intro. And fortunately for our uncle here, we have elected to play as a harmless drifter. Uncle here will point us into different places, but that's not really for us to hear right now. So we decided to play this, as I said, as a harmless drifter, which basically means we're going to be exploring everywhere that we can, and I am going to do my darn best to kill as very few people as possible during the course of the game. There's actually an achievement, a pacifist achievement, but that's for killing anywhere under 20 people in the course of your revenge mission. So I did that little bit there, just to fill in the absolute bottom parts of the map. So let's talk about Bro for a minute. As the game said, he is a headwear disliker, which means he never can equip a hat, which means one shot will always kill him. That does put you at kind of a disadvantage. Not really anything you can do with this fire here. Presumably this is where the murderer made camp before he came in and attacked you. So, we've been to Clintonville before. We have not been to see Rancher Cobb. So I think maybe we'll go over there and give that a try. We'll make it up to Clintonville eventually. We got some business there. Every playthrough will. But let's see what we can do with Rancher Cobb here. Hey, Rancher Cobb. Doing fine. It's a pretty boring conversation, Rancher Cobb. Well, now that is interesting. Rancher Cobb is a gun enthusiast. Well, let's give it a shot then. Yeah, he loves it. Rancher Cobb has got a shotgun and always loves fighting with you. He's got a whole bunch of hats, so you don't have to worry about killing him. And the real advantage to Rancher Cobb is you can keep having gunfights with him. If you aim it right, you can knock off his hat, and if you're not Bro, and you therefore need a supply of hats, he can basically be an endless supply for you, which is real nice. So this is just south of Clintonville. We can see, got the scorpion dead there. We can see that the railroad tracks come down through here, and there is what looks like a movie camera set up down there, which is sort of odd, but whatever, that's the way that goes. Just because I'm being a pacifist doesn't mean I can't shoot up some of the scenery. I'll avoid killing animals where I can, but I'm going to say scorpions and coyotes are still fair game. So we've been around the Clintonville station before, and we've talked to this lady who just wants to get the trains running again. There was a cave in the train tunnel, which is apparently being some sort of secret campaign. Yes, ma'am. Tunnels to the west, huh? I'm all over it. So we've also picked it to be the helpful kind of guy, which means if there's a problem that we can solve, we will do our utmost. So one thing that's always nice to look out for is locked areas and a different way to enter into different areas. You can see that this is just to the east of the train station. We can open this little locked area down here. There's some free money on the ground, and this thing, which we have now found 1 of 8 golden balls that are apparently around. Now notice that there's a bunch of bandits up here, and a statue of Scott Randolph. Black Eye Bob wants me to leave his cash, and I don't think I will. The deal with bandits is... It's a creepy statue. The deal with bandits is they will attack you if you get too close, if you stay for too long, or if you take any money that's on the screen. Fortunately, these soldiers don't care about that, so we can snag that extra 180 that's up there. This is, of course, the fort, which we saw last time. And, am I enlisting? Oh, golly. For a murderer. I guess we shouldn't have talked to this lady. Okay. Let's see. Well, because we're a pacifist kind of person, we probably want to know if there's any way to get out of this without violence. Remember, hats are basically armor. Okay. I think we remember that haberdasher. Maybe we went to see her, maybe not. Okay. So we've got 2 quests for them that we may or may not do. Sorry. And we can see that just north of the fort there is this blocked off area. Closed by the orders of Lieutenant Fort, who I guess owns the fort or something like that. Anyway, we can go down to Rancher Richards from there. So we have those quests to do. Now both of those are going to involve killing, so we're going to have to be very careful to not do a lot of other killing if we want to do those. Hey, Rancher Richard. I might add that. Kind of an Irish wife there, presumably, or she dyes her hair red, one of the two. Anyway, these people are concerned with their property and other people not trespassing on it. So as far as we know, there's no way to get up past Fort, whatever, Lieutenant Fort, the fort. There's no way to get past the fort for now, is the point. But we'll see if we can't work on something a little bit. Now, one neat thing is anybody that's not a bandit has dialogue, and you can interact with them. If I have ever heard of the bona fide bandits. You can also accuse people, but that's not wise this early on. Okay. Going up the flume. Sounds like something I'm very interested in, so we'll have to be more on the lookout for stuff about them. So, let's go check out the store. I'm gonna probably leave most of these for the bandit playthrough, but we do have one nice new thing. What's this guy gonna say? Hey! Literally named Miss Store. Okay, that's fine. We will take a look at all of those weapons at some later date, probably. Actually, I should see how much the rifle is, because it's got one real advantage for a pacifist. How much are you charging for this? 750. Well, we'll see about that when the time comes. When we play as Bro, we always start out with the single pistol and the double pistols. Now, to my mind, the double pistols aren't really a strong upgrade. And we haven't been over this one yet. They are kind of like the single pistols. It's just that they always fire them twice, and it takes a little bit longer to reload, so it's a longer firing time. You're always standing still when you're firing, and they take a little bit longer to reload. Also, you can fire both ways like this, but it's just not important that often. If it's a single or double pistol, I tend to prefer the single. It's a little less firepower, but it's a little bit easier and more maneuverable. So, this place is actually for sale. Presumably, if we play our cards right at some point, we'll be able to get this place for ourselves. Yeah, there's a lot of bandits over there, as we saw before, and they'll be fine until we pick up this money, at which point they're going to hate us. Fortunately, just because people are mad at you doesn't mean you have to fight them, so we can more or less ignore them and let them go on their merry way. Remember, as this character, we're basically going to be killing people only if it's absolutely necessary, and if we can find some way to avoid killing, that's what we're about. So we're going to be trying to skirt these bandits here. We've all got pretty fun names, so I'm going to see if I can get some of them. Howdy, ma'am. I surely could. That's a shame. Okay. Noble of you. And we actually do know the one. He will give us his hat if we go get a train ticket for him. Unfortunately, because we are Bro, oops, made him too mad. So I'm not going to count bandits shooting each other as a death. I'm also not going to try to goad them into it. I am trying to be a good pacifist after all. But my general strategy, except where it's absolutely out of the question, is just going to be to run away. Hey, Sunday's the kid. I think after maybe like 2 or 3 little asides, they'll come after you. So we have 2 maps here we can see. There's the surface map and the mines map. And there's actually quite a bit of mine area to explore. I like the new music that's in here. And I like all the little incidental details, the water trickling out of the walls and stuff like that. This place is absolutely a bloodbath if you're not playing as a good man. That's just probably some Kickstarter backer or something who's up there. Okay. Now this part I will apologize for, because this is going to be a lot clearer when we come down here as some other character. In fact, I might even splice a little video in somewhere of me doing it with the miner's hat with regular hero. However, even if you don't have the miner's hat, you can kind of follow the train tracks and find your way there without too much trouble. So who do we have down here? Hello? Just a lost miner. So I guess he's alive? Oh. Okay. So I guess he just likes being down here. Fair enough, I didn't really expect him to have. He's pretty taciturn, this guy. I wasn't going for a pun, but alright. That's the guy. Ugh, it's pretty grisly. I see, so he's gone native, basically. And I guess we've agreed to go along with his thing there. I don't know if that's exactly the right decision, but it sure seems like what he wants. His wife did seem to be a little, oh, it was always this way with him, so, you know, who knows, maybe things will work out for the best. Maybe we'll come back a different time and actually tell his wife what happened. We won't leave her in the dark, but that seems to be the way we've elected to do the test here. Sorry, smiling Oswald. This is just another way of connecting us to exterior where that lady is. Any area that has angry bandits is going to have angry bandits forever. It's just a law of physics there. Yeah, let's say he's dead to the world, huh? Peaceful doesn't mean truth-telling. There to the sea. Alright, we'll go see the miner's widow. Look at the little incidental details, incidental details, whatever. But they got a bunch of graves from the collapse, and that's also why people aren't mining here anymore. So I like that. I like little stuff like that. Now, what do you say we continue exploring the mines a bit? That was an area we didn't much get to in our first playthrough, because it's swarming with bandits. Honestly, this isn't the safest way to play. The safest way is kind of a kill as you go. You know, just carving a path of blood through the mountains. But in this way, we still get to see everything, and we don't sully our precious consciences. It's good to poke around because there's a lot of hidden stuff. Now here's a place where it pays to talk before you shoot. It is an ostrich bandito, Westerado. Okay. So we gotta reunite the ostrich banditos, huh? Alright. Fair enough. Juan, Warden, Jose, and Wit. Alright. Alright, so here's another little exploratory friendly quest. Excuse me, gentlemen. We've got to find and reunite all the ostrich banditos and then come back here and tell the one we found about it. Now, the ostrich banditos quest is interesting because whichever one you talk to first dictates what reward you get. And the one I talked to first, I think, is actually the worst for that, but we don't actually need any of their rewards. One of the things that makes this so fun to explore... Sorry, 3-fingered Drew. I guess I got on the bad side there. One of the things, as I say, that makes this so fun to explore is just how vibrant all the environments are. It really is just fun to be everywhere. It really makes you want to keep poking around. It'd be hard to get through here without irritating some people. They didn't even like me drawing my gun at all. Sorry, guys. I feel a little bad in this whole scenario. Got bowled. Whew, just barely got out. Remember, with Bro, I'm super vulnerable, so that could have been the end of it right there. Now, I'm not playing on Iron Man, so that wouldn't have been the end of the whole game. It sure would have been irritating. You got to mash WASD in a circle. So this area is kind of, it's a little bit off the map, and especially up here, is, we've got it's a film set. Remember, we saw cameras down south, so you can't buy anything tasty. We can shoot it in with that. Guns are no good here. So this is kind of a fun little secret. It's off map, like I said. And, hey there, buddy. I don't know what he's supposed to be besides just a basic Italian. Yeah, I think I was doing pretty good, Director. Pants soiled as black as his wide hat. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, I guess we found the director who's directing this... my head hurts. Let's just get out of here. So many people want us dead. The game does keep track again of how many people you kill, and I don't think it counts bandit kills as actual kills. Although, darn if they aren't thinning out their own ranks quite a bit. And the same reason that makes allies not quite so good. Makes multiple enemies not good too. This is maybe my favorite screen. I just like to pretend I'm not walking here. Just pose for a second. Take in the gorgeous valley. It's an inhospitable place out west, but darn if it isn't pretty sometimes. So let's keep going. That marks, incidentally, the only path over to the top eastern section up here. So shotgun enemies are the least dangerous, because if you can outrun them, then you're doing fine. Keep away, huh? Well, who are you? Hail Shot Sisters. Well, mercenaries, huh? 500 greenbacks. Well, I've got that. Why not? Probably could have used that money for smarter things, but now I've got 2 followers. Now, don't get too attached to them, because followers are hard to keep in this game. But, yeah, you can hire a number of mercenaries found throughout the land. I'm still not going to be killing anybody. So we're just going to be running around basically as fast as we can go. The Hail Shot Sisters both have shotguns, as was maybe suggested by their name. Nothing in particular happens if one of them dies. The other one just continues with review. Kid Curry. So what do we got here? This is odd. Hey, alright, you guys and gals are earning your keep. Well done, Hail Shot Sisters. Again, I'm not counting kills by them, but hey, check this out. There are those gold orbs, and a giant owl statue. Silent as an owl. Also note that this little thing here seems to have lit up now. Well, that certainly suggests a course of actions to find 2 other statues. I actually I kind of thought the Hail Shot Sisters might have died in that one screen there, but I'm not above using some sneaky tricks to get around pacifism. I may even drive some, gosh. Probably what'll happen is one of them is going to shoot the other one here before too long. Yep. That's the way it goes. That's a sibling rivalry for you there, I guess. Yeah, the Clintville mines are that way. Well, now I'm down to 1 Hail Shot Sister, and I'm sure that'll be none before too long. So the mines are just a really extensive part of the map, and there's a lot that goes on underground in Westerado. The bandits have really taken up stuff here. So one of the things I really appreciate about this game is how the landscape tells a story. And one of the big problems was this used to be a mining town. I mean, they really used to dig a lot in here. And, well, what have we here? I see the totem pole, and I hear drums in the distance. Sure enough, we found a full-on Indian camp. Well, I'm a White Walker, so... Okay. I think that might have been a haiku. Something to him, his brothers. They're in charge for now. Yep, they're all talking in haiku. Okay, so that'd be me, I guess, a White Walker. And this guy looks important. Alright, I'm out. Peace. Peace, Chiefs, brother. Maybe I can deal with you later. Oh, what do we got going here? Some kind of statue? Hello. Niwa? Are you Niwa? Alright. Okay, so the chief isn't really the chief. So we've got kind of a wise brother and a rash brother. I see. Gold buffalo. Yeah, man, lay it on me. Sure, sure. Okay. Well, that sure sounds like those golden spheres I've been collecting. Boy, this sure is a much lusher part of the country around here. And sure enough, this one just south of it. Well, I will say, if white people stole it, they sure seem to have built appropriate-looking shrines for it for us to look at. Man, it's neat how just a little valley on the other side of those inhospitable mountains can be so different. Look at this river and the flowers growing by the banks. This old coop. Oh, that's an ostrich bandito, huh? I think I got the idea. Every one of them is going to have some wacky accent. Man. Hello, Jose. I actually don't want to hear the rest of it, so I'm not going to get this one. Yep, I sure will, Jose. So we got one of them together. Now, this is the part where I said I'm not going to feel bad about shooting wildlife. This place is Coyote Central. And these things are quick to get you. So, I am sorry about the rabbit. I thought there might have been a coyote further over here. Quite understand how the shooting in this works. You can't. Nope. There goes the other hail shot, sister. And that was a waste of money, but it was worth it just to show off every aspect of the game. Yeah, shooting really ignores elevation, and perspective changes based on that. So you can always just shoot anybody to the right or left of you, basically, and they can always shoot you. Something to keep in mind. With the coyotes, yeah, I got it. Go down a little bit farther south. This is the other side of the wall, so we've now explored basically this whole area, this little valley, the whole eastern part. It's pretty good inroads into the caves as well. So now we die ignominiously to a coyote, and that's the end of our story. Now we'll pick back up next time. But thanks for watching. Don't worry, that hat is clearly somebody else's because we don't wear a hat. See you next time, folks.